and welcome to Canon Burbank, our cinema, service, and support center located near multiple major studios and rental houses. We're here to support working professionals by providing access to service for Canon cameras and lenses, as well as hosting classes, workshops, and film-related events of all kinds. Canon Burbank is the perfect place to experience our full line of Cinema EOS cameras and lenses, which has proven itself with documentary and narrative filmmakers, as well as in live production environments. And today, we have an exciting announcement, the latest addition to the Cinema EOS product line. The EOS C400 camera, a brand new full-frame cinema camera with a native RF mount, a full-frame back-illuminated stacked CMOS sensor with triple base ISO, an improved autofocus system, and a host of live production capabilities. Now, let's hear from cinematographer and Canon Explorer of Light, Christine Ng, as she shares her experience working with the EOS C400.
And action. I'm Christine Ng, and I'm a cinematographer. What are we doing? That's a really good question. We're here to make something really fun. I've been very fortunate to be invited to use the newest Canon cinema camera. We're here on set with the Canon EOS C400. We were trying to come up with an idea to really showcase its new features. Something that's like an ode to old Hollywood and a little bit of a whodunit. Being able to direct and create something with my friends is something really exciting for me. We're shooting at the United Palace Theater. It's a historic theater in Washington Heights, New York. As a DP, I'm always advocating for a place that has inherent texture. I always want to be able to almost feel like I can touch the image. I'm really excited to utilize the C400 to showcase this beautiful place. The EOS C400 shoots 6K full frame. That's huge. And I'm really excited that I can get exactly what I want in terms of exposure, dynamic range, with something so small. The triple base ISO, that's a new feature where you have the ability to utilize the low range, the high range. Cool. In a space for us, that's gonna be a little bit of everything that will allow me to showcase the dynamic range and expose for the things that matter to me on screen. Canon's new PL to RF mount adapter goes hand in hand with the EOS C400 and its native RF mount. Now I have access to not only Canon's amazing lineup of RF lenses, but also a wide range of incredible lenses from across the industry.
Everyone set, and action.
We came out here and I was really shooting into the sun. So there were moments where I couldn't really see the monitor exactly, but I really trusted the autofocus. And so when I tapped in, it locks in. I feel assured that it's gonna be all good. The first time I had the EOS C400 in my hands, I was really surprised at how lightweight it was. And it was just really easy to pick it up and go and just be inspired by the space and get shots. Sometimes as a DP, you have these fantasies of fun shots. And then when you start talking to your team about it, like, we can't fit in this space. But given the small form factor of the EOS 400, I'm able to get the shots in 5 minutes. We also wanted to kind of find a way to use 120 frames. So we're like, okay, maybe this is an excellent place for our actress Barbara to kind of destroy something. Okay, so no pressure. I'd love to be shooting in 10 minutes. I think this tool is gonna perform really, really well in every situation it's put under. As a DP, I work in so many different genres, and now I have one tool that works across all of them. I'm really excited to bring it on my documentaries, on my narrative work, both short form and long form, something that can take me on a safari on a documentary to being on set on a soundstage in New York. Yeah, that's nice. Having that versatility with something so small and get the power of 6K full frame, that is such a huge advantage. That's a wrap! We did it! We wrapped, we got all the shots we wanted. I'm so excited for you all to see this little film we made. Thank you, thank you, thank you. having a camera like the EOS C400 in my arsenal is a game changer.
The Canon EOS C400, a filmmaker's camera built with live production in mind. Now, let's take an in-depth look with Senior Technical Specialists Paul Hawkshurst and Ryan Schneider.
Well, here it is, the EOS C400.
Yeah, Paul, that's such a cool camera. We just saw some beautiful footage from Christine Ang's Scary Good, and you were actually on set to assist with that.
Yeah, that was awesome. It was so cool to see the first time this camera being used in the hands of such a consummate professional like Christine.
Yeah, it looks so good. As we heard, this is a filmmaker's dream of a camera, but it's got a lot of features that make it great for live production as well.
Yeah, let's jump right in and let's just go through the camera. We'll start with the outside of the camera, all right? Cool. First thing I think people are going to notice about this camera is the size and the weight of it, all right? So body only, you're looking at about 3.5 pounds there. Very, very light. Perfect for your gimbals, up on your jibs, everything like that, all right? Now, dimension-wise, we are looking about a little bit over 5 inches on each side. So compact, super, super cool there.
Yeah. Very, very versatile as well as far as that goes. So up front and center, of course, is the RF mount on here. That comes with all the advantages of compatibility with our expanding RF line, but it's also, again, very versatile as far as lens selection.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm actually really excited to talk about this because we are, at the same time, we're announcing our new, right, PL to RF mount adapter, all right? This is the first mount adapter for PL lenses from Canon. And it's just going to open up this camera to so many options out there in the industry.
Yeah, definitely. Speaking of lenses, another thing that's right up front on this camera is a lens terminal.
All right, that's perfect for that live production that you were talking about right there. The 12-pin Hiroshi connector for our cine servos and broadcast lenses. Now, before we had those in the expansion units, like on the C500 and C300, but now we've built it directly into the camera body.
Yeah. Again, keeping that size down, keeping the build simple. Exactly. Definitely. So we have a lot more inputs and outputs to talk about on this camera. Again, minus the expansion unit. They're all built in here.
Yeah, let's just start from the top and go. So first off, for your video outputs, we have a 12G SDI in BNC. We have a 3G monitor output, also BNC. We have a full-size HDMI output, all right? And then move on, for XLRs, we have 2 mini XLRs. And this is just like on the C70, right? Keeping everything, all this stuff in a compact body. Next up, unique to this camera, we have 2 DIN connectors on it, all right? The first DIN connector is going to be used for your time code. So anytime you use a jam time code or sync out to something else, a time code device, you're going to use that. The other DIN connector is going to be used for your Genlock and your return video.
Yeah, again, for live productions, having that built in right there is super cool. If you're connecting to a switcher, you're going to use the gen lock. If you're a production that utilizes return video, you've got that option in the menu to change it over, and then you'll be able to use return video, and it'll lock just like gen lock.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the next thing we should take a look at is the card slots.
Yeah.
So,
Right, so we've got 2 card slots on here, one CF Express Type B and one SD card. So the CF Express Type B is for your Cinema Raw Light, your full resolution video, and then you have an SD card for sub-recording and proxies.
Next up, let's talk about the new LCD screen system.
Yeah, new
Right.
3.5-inch LCD.
Exactly. And the big thing about it is the new connector. We're now using a USB-C type connector for it. All right, so that's very cool. Opens up to third-party companies. But something that people may notice looking at this is that we've also redesigned the bracketry for it as well. So this is great. We now have a very robust bracket system. You're going to be able to get that LCD screen far enough away from you if you're going shoulder-mounted or anything like that. So very, very nice there. And it's all attached to a brand new designed top handle.
Right, right. And that top handle, besides being extremely sturdy and solid with 3 points of connection on there, also incorporates the new multi-function shoe that's also on the body here. So accessories can be powered and run directly off the camera there.
Very nice.
We also have a new grip on the side here. It looks very similar to existing ones, but like the monitor, now it uses the USB-C connector for it. And we've actually added 2 additional assignable buttons onto there.
They're still using that standard rosette as well to connect to the body.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Yeah. While we're here, there is a new battery system. So the camera will ship with the BPA60N. And that BPA60N will run about 160 minutes or so. Great battery life out of there. We also have the smaller one. Now you can use the existing batteries, right?
That's right. You can use the regular BPA series from your C300 or C500. They all work on here. But there's some caveats there. So if you're using those older style batteries, you're not going to get functionality to the multifunction shoe, and you're not going to be able to use the 12-pin Hirose lens terminal.
Right. So if you are using Cine Servo or BCTV Servo lenses, you definitely want to be utilizing those new batteries.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's great. So let's talk about the sensor.
Yeah, let's get into the heart of the camera. For sure.
Right. So this is a new 6K back illuminated stacked sensor, full frame.
That's right. Yeah, and actually this is great because what the back illumination allows us to do is to get the most dynamic range that we've ever had out of a full frame Cinema EOS sensor. One of the big features of this sensor is the triple base ISO.
Right.
Right. Now you remember previously R5C we had dual base ISO, correct? But now we have the triple base ISO. So if you're shooting in Canon Log 2, right, I have a base 800, base 3200, or base 12800 system there. So that just gives you so many more options for lowering your noise floor at higher ISOs. And actually, you know, on the set of Scary Good, we did some testing and we decided to set the camera to base 3200, but then shoot it in 1600 ISO. We found that that really lowered our noise quite a bit, but also really allowed us to dig deeper into the shadows and get more of the shadow detail. So it was a really kind of perfect mix right there.
Oh, that's awesome. And yeah, it does have an auto selection as well. So if you don't want to think about it, the camera will do the work for you. Exactly. You mentioned how great the sensor is, how fast it is. You know, obviously with virtual production and LED walls being a huge thing now, we've had the clear scan feature, which allows you to dial in the frequency of the wall, make sure you're not getting any bands or anything like that. But now we have a new feature. That's that auto clear scan, right?
Yeah, and this is really exciting to me because basically what the sensor will do is that it will actually read certain LED systems, so certain LED walls and certain LED lighting. It could actually read the system frequency of those. And then you can take that and it can jam the shutter of the camera to match those. So very easy workflow for that kind of production.
Very cool, very cool. Yeah. So as far as recording codecs, I mean, we've got Cinema Raw Light, and that's the newest iteration of Cinema Raw Light. So you've got
HQ, ST, and LT.
Right, right. Yeah. And you also have 12-bit, of course, regardless of what frame rate you're at.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. So, you know, it's 6K. It's you have Super 35 version or coverage as well. You have Super 16 coverage, and we've got some really nice high frame rates as well.
Yeah, yeah. So if you're in 6K, you can get up to 60 frames per second. Go down to that Super 35, we can get up to 120 frames a second in 4K. All right. Go down to Super 16, we can get up to 180 frames per second, and that's in your 2K mode, right there.
Awesome. As far as other codecs, we've got the XF-AVC, which is our MXF wrapper, and then we have two new lighter weight codecs, and that's the XF HEVC-S and XF AVC-S.
Yeah, and these are really interesting and cool new codecs because before, remember, these come in MP4 wrappers, right? Now, before, it's always been an MP4 wrapper file would not carry over certain information. It wouldn't carry over the metadata from other files, and the naming structure would be different than what you would expect, right? But now, with these new MP4 wrapped files, we can actually carry over that file name from XFAVC or from RAW, and we can also carry the metadata over as well.
That's great. That's great. One of my favorite things about the C400 is the addition of dual pixel CMOS AF2. All right, so the latest iteration. And what that enhances is the coverage, first of all, of the frame. So you've got approximately 100% coverage across the entire sensor for autofocus now.
Yeah, very cool. I think we also expand the type of things that we can focus on as well. Is that
Absolutely. The intelligent tracking recognition's been enhanced. You've also got animal detection as well as people now. So eyes, face, head, body of dogs and cats as well as people. And we have the new zones as well. So you have a lot more customization of where you can place the AF frame and how large it is.
Hey, let's talk about the connectivity of this a little bit, because one thing I noticed is that we have on the side of the camera, we have a full Ethernet port there.
Ethernet port and Wi-Fi is built into the body. So
Directly
no
in the body. We don't need an adapter.
Yeah, absolutely. So that Ethernet port is really key to controlling the camera with our XC protocol, which is included.
Yeah, and XC protocol is great because that kind of unifies our cinema line in a way. A lot of our other cameras use XC protocol, and you can have all of that onto one network, all these different cameras on one network, control them from one source.
Exactly. Productions can mix and match products, Cinema EOS, PTZ, and our XF605 Pro camcorder as well.
Yeah, very nice. Products like our RC IP1000 or ICP100. We're able to control all those cameras at the same time.
Yeah, great for live production. We also have IP streaming in here, and the SRT protocol has been added to the Ethernet protocol. So for broadcasters utilizing secure, reliable transport, got that built in as well. Plus, we have a new virtual production system. Right?
That's right, we do. We have the CV protocol, Canon virtual production, and basically, this is an exciting new thing where we're going to have live metadata flowing out of the Ethernet port, going directly into Epic Unreal Engine. All right. And that means it is mapping the data of certain lenses immediately from the moment you put them on and sending that data directly to those engines. So you're going to get a very seamless virtual production workflow out of that. There's something else we got to talk about while we're here.
Yeah.
All right. We're announcing a new lens as well at this time. We have a new 17 to 120 Cine Servo lens here.
It is.
This one comes with a native RF mount.
No adapters needed.
No adapters needed. That's right.
That's right. And we also have a new drive unit, which this is a new drive unit that was introduced with our latest BCTV lens. And it is based on feedback from professionals out in the field utilizing it.
This isn't the only lens we're announcing today, is it?
No, in fact, it is not.
We got one more, and this is an interesting one, all right? This is the brand new 35 millimeter hybrid style lens, right?
Yeah, 35 1.4.
That's right, 1.4. So this is kind of built for both your still and your video shooters. We have a manual iris ring on it, all right? And then again, the full autofocus, all the features you expect from one of our still lenses are all built up into this.
Yeah.
This is a lens I think people have been waiting for a long time.
Yeah, absolutely. With improved focus breathing and that manual iris ring, this is the first in an upcoming series of fast fixed focal length hybrid lenses.
All right, that's really exciting.
Super exciting.
Really exciting.
Absolutely. This camera has so much built into it. I can't wait to see what people make with it. How much is it going to cost?
The EOS C400 is going to retail for $7,999 USD.
That's a great price. All right. Well, we thank you for spending some time with us today to hear about the C400. Let's throw it back to Peter Marr.
We can't wait for you to experience this exciting and multifaceted camera. The new RF full-frame EOS C400 will be great for small crews and large productions to bring your vision, ideas, and work to life. The EOS C400 will start shipping in the fall. For more information, please visit our website. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you soon.